Paul Crewe, once a celebrated NFL quarterback, now lives in the shadow of his former glory. After being caught in a scandal involving point shaving, Paul's career ends in disgrace. He spends his days in a haze of alcohol and regret. One night, after a particularly bad argument with his girlfriend Lena, Paul takes her car for a joyride that ends in a police chase. The incident lands him in jail, where his troubled past catches up with him. Paul finds himself sentenced to a prison in Texas, run by the ruthless warden Rudolph Hazen. The warden has his own ambitions and sees Paul's arrival as an opportunity. Hazen demands that Paul use his football skills to assemble a team of inmates to play against the prison's guards in a high-stakes football game. Paul is reluctant at first, but Hazen's threats and the harsh realities of prison life force him to comply. Paul meets Caretaker, a clever and resourceful inmate who becomes his ally in this new endeavor. Paul and Caretaker begin the daunting task of recruiting inmates for their football team. They seek out the prison's most talented and intimidating men, each with their own unique skills and personalities. Among them are Deacon Moss, a former college football star; Switovsky, a massive but gentle giant; Cheeseburger Eddie, a muscle-bound man with a love for food; and Turley, a towering force on the field. Together, they begin to form a team, despite their differences and the obstacles thrown at them by the guards. As the team begins to take shape, Paul realizes they need more than just players, they need a coach. Enter Nate Scarborough, an older inmate who once played professional football. Nate's experience and knowledge of the game prove invaluable, and he agrees to help coach the team, sharing his wisdom and guiding the players through grueling training sessions. Under Nate's guidance, the team begins to improve, but the pressure from the warden and the constant harassment from the guards make it clear that this is more than just a game, it's a fight for survival. As the inmates continue to train, something unexpected happens. They start to bond. Paul, who had always kept others at arm's length, finds himself growing closer to his teammates. The men form a brotherhood, united by their shared struggles and a common goal. Paul begins to confront his past and his own demons, realizing that this game is his chance at redemption. The camaraderie among the inmates strengthens, and they start to believe that they can actually win. The day of the big game arrives, and the tension is palpable. The inmates, now known as the Mean Machine, take the field against the guards. The game is brutal, with the guards playing dirty and doing everything they can to ensure a win. The inmates struggle at first, but under Paul's leadership, they begin to fight back. The game is filled with hard hits, comedic moments, and unexpected plays. As the clock winds down, the outcome hangs in the balance. In the final moments of the game, Paul faces a moral dilemma. Warden Hazen threatens him, demanding that he throw the game to secure the guards' victory. Paul appears to comply, walking off the field and leaving his team to fend for themselves. But just when all seems lost, Paul returns to the field, determined to win. With renewed energy, the Mean Machine rallies, and in a dramatic finish, they score the winning touchdown. The inmates celebrate their victory, having earned the respect of both the guards and themselves. With the game over, Paul prepares to face the consequences of his actions. He's no longer the man who was driven by selfishness and fear. He's found a sense of purpose and a newfound respect for himself. Warden Hazen's plans to use the game for his own gain are thwarted, and his power over Paul is broken. As the inmates bask in their victory, Paul walks off the field, ready to accept whatever comes next. In the end, the game wasn't just about football, it was about redemption, brotherhood, and the fight for dignity in the most unlikely of places.